There's probably a couple of them that are starting to see numbers that are close to saturated. I'm not sure because I'm not looking at other markets that potentially might be saturated. Like I hear from people that Atlanta is saturated. I don't know, but I hear that that's one of the, like, I think that's the first market, and they're still seeing tons of growth and tons of demand. I'm not sure. You'd have to get with a PadSplit representative to kind of answer that question. For that particular market. I just know my markets, and my markets, none of them are saturated. None of them are close to being saturated. But I guess that's the only thing I see as a risk. When I go to exit the asset, obviously I'm going to try to sell it as a co-living property, turnkey co-living property. And worst case scenario, if I can't exit it as a co-living property, I can always spend the money to convert the property back, right? So when I'm taking down my properties, I also keep that into consideration where I can pay to have the property turned back to its original state. See what I'm saying?
What do you think a PadSplit, like if for a PadSplit, what do you think is essential? Since I say like, okay, as a consumer, I say basically that, you know, I need certain things, but everyone's different. Everyone has, you know, unique things. So what are essentials that would fit, you know, any guest with, you know, that comes in?
To me, you have to have, to me, essentials, and I call it bare minimum. You need to have, obviously, your bed. Well, there's requirements, right? You have to have your bed, your mattress, your nightstand. But bare minimum to me is obviously like your basic requirements that PadSplit requires you to have, like, you know, a lock on the door, your bed, your nightstand, your lamp, stuff like that, like bare minimum stuff. But to me, bare minimum is every room needs to have a mini fridge. Every room needs to have a desk, an office chair. Every room needs to have a reach-in closet. I'm not a big fan of dressers. Now, I do have a couple of PadSplits with dressers. I went away with doing dressers. Every single room actually has a closet with a door where somebody can go in there and put their items in. And it can actually be nice and organized and tucked away, right? Every single room has a TV, a 32-inch TV, smart TV, where they can stream hundreds of channels. Every single room has a nice lamp. Every single room has a ceiling fan. Some of my premium rooms have their own climate control, their own mini split systems. Some of my premium rooms have their own entrances. Some of my premium rooms have their own bathrooms, right? So I'm able to get both types of clientele. The person who just needs budget-friendly, affordable room, and then I'm able to get somebody who's not as tight on a budget, is willing to spend another $20, $30 a week to have their own AC and or their own bathroom, right? But those stuff that I just mentioned are bare minimum. And if you're not doing the bare minimum in your property, you're gonna have trouble. And going back to what I said, you're not gonna stick out from the competition, right? Because what makes my PadSplit property different than your PadSplit property? How do I stand out, right?
Am I doing the bare minimum?
Right.
Or am I
some people, like I see some hosts and operators, they don't do like any artwork on the walls. They put like a bed frame, a nightstand, and a lamp. That's it. They don't even put sheets on the bed. They don't put quilts on the bed. I make sure that my beds are all staged correctly with colorful sheets to really pop in the marketing photos. I don't supply linens, just so you know. I only do this for the very first person who books with me. They get a set of sheets. They get a set of a quilt. It's like a welcome package, right? That's what that's for.
Welcome package.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome. You're the first guest that we have, and then that's it.
Nice. How's the drive so far?
Bro, amazing. We're almost there, actually.
Almost an hour away. And we just been...
We're actually passing through Palm Coast right now. We'll be hitting that on the way back.
Hey.
Am I interested in partnering with other investors for larger scale projects? Absolutely. So one of the things that I'm doing now from a scalability standpoint is I'm buying deals and I'm syndicating. And what that means is basically I'm doing all the upfront negotiations. make sure that the property is in the condition that we anticipate when we put it under contract in. So in our due diligence phase, basically me and my team, we're doing everything from A to Z, from contracting the property to negotiating the deal, to doing the due diligence phase, to actually actively operating the asset for 5 to 7 years, depending on what the exit strategy is. We're doing all that stuff. And basically what we're doing is we're partnering with other individuals who have what we call lazy capital, meaning like their money is sitting in a bank account, or maybe they have an inheritance, or maybe they have a 401k or retirement account that they're ready to liquidate because they have no idea how it's performing, right? I'm actually partnering with other individuals who want double-digit returns backed by real estate. So the cool thing about this is they don't have to come in and negotiate the deal. They don't have to lock it up with the seller. They don't have to operate or have the skill set to know how to operate the deal. They don't have to do any of the day-to-day. They don't have to do anything. All these individuals have to do is put capital in for equity, right? So what happens is we'll take me and my team, typically we own 30% of the deal, and we give 70% of the deal away to what we call limited partners. They have limited partnerships in the deal, but they get all the same benefits to owning real estate just like I do. They get all the future upside, they get cash flow, they get depreciation on their taxes, they get every single thing, right? But they're 100% passive. So we call these individuals limited partners in these deals. So they own 70% of the deal, we own 30% of the deal. So the cool thing about this is it's a win-win, because you have the individuals, and you'd be surprised at the amount of individuals who are sitting on hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, and the money is not working. So the only way you're going to make more money is if your money's working, right? You have to keep the money moving, is what I tell people. If the money's not moving, then you're not going to be making money on your money, right? If it's just sitting there in a bank account like Chase or Wells Fargo or Bank of America, the money's actually depreciating. And so rather than your money depreciate,